as head of Japan Society, I'm very, very thankful to you, all of you, who donated immediately after the earthquake at all levels of the donations, but that number of the donations impressed Japanese very much. So you are so generous, and then I think your message and then actions are very well conveyed to Japanese people. Thank you very much. We have so far raised 12.1 million from 50 states, all the states from the United States, plus 55 countries. So it's amazing outreach for our efforts. I think this is a very long-term process, so it is not something you can see the end of the tunnel within 1 year or 2 years. Probably the reconstruction process itself will take place more than 5 years or even 10 years. So what we are trying to do from the earthquake relief fund operation point of view is that we ought to be always alert on what are the needs from Japanese side, which varies from time to time depending on the stage of the reconstructions, and then to respond very quickly and effectively to identify all these NGOs related activities at that point of time. Because we were getting very precious money from donors, we were very, very careful about how we spend, how we monitor the progress of the operations of the NGOs we are giving money to, and then how we can have the kind of result from these institutions. At the beginning, obviously, the immediate need was how to do the quick relief or the emergency relief type of operations, soup kitchens and the shelters, how to increase the comfortability of the people living in shelters, etc. So we gave money to those institutions like JEN, which is very much used to these international rescue operations, and the Tosaibo. They are kind of umbrella organization of the various institutions, but they were very much experienced in the Kobe earthquake. So these are very all experienced institutions. So we are very glad that everything is so far going very well. There's one interesting project which we call the Fukushima Kids Project. As you know, that the nuclear power plant erupted, the explosions took place. That was in the Fukushima prefecture, and then children in that prefecture could not go out, even now, to play on the ground of schoolyards, etc. So many parents were very much concerned about their kids' health situation. And then there was a plan to take all these children to other parts of Japan which are not affected by the earthquake. And then we financed 200 kids to spend up to 1 month in one of the most nature-rich Hokkaido areas. And then we received a lot of reaction from the parents. They were very, very thankful to the kind of help we did to them. Into the future, at the same time, we started to prepare projects which had longer term implications that's related to job creations, economic recovery, because as you know that part of Tohoku areas affected by earthquake, tsunami, was well known for agriculture and the fisheries. And then especially fishery industries were totally destroyed, ports sank. So practically, everything will have to be reproduced from scratch. So that's the area we are trying to help into the future. When I visited Japan a couple of times, I could find a lot of youngsters, young people who are very much motivated and engaged in doing non-profit type of operations in Japan. What I found in Tokyo or in other part of the Japan were very, very smart youngsters who have at a very practical, the level, experiences, business experience in particular. So I thought that in Japan, many people, especially old people, tend to say that the youngsters are inward-looking. They are not trying to go out of the country, etc. But I found these guys are very, very promising. They're good people. So I found a very good part of Japan which are now emerging at this time of the earthquake.